Hey everybody, this is Dinesh here. I am so glad to meet you all again in a special video about my all-time favorite Discus fish tank. It is every fish hobbyist's wish to have a Discus fish tank in their living space and maintain them successfully. But they would have given up for different reasons, like the fish themselves being expensive, more water cycle requirements, and the fish being vulnerable to more diseases, and the consistent water parameter requirements. I too is a fish tank hobbyist from my childhood, maintaining community fishes ranging from 1 gallon fish tank to secretly, sneakingly maintaining one of our apartment's water tank as my private fish tank when I was a kid. When I decided to try my hand on a Discus fish tank, I've been through all the difficulties that you might have gone through too. And today exactly I'm going to share the experience I gathered in the last couple of years maintaining the Discus tank successfully with the minimum expense I could. Further in this video, I'll share all my experience and the things I'm doing to maintain this fish tank that you can follow as well if you want to try on a Discus fish tank. My disclaimer is, it is all my own experience but not a expert advice or recommendations. For the schooling cichlets which will do better in a group, so it is recommended to have like 6 or more fishes so that they would avoid fighting each other, and if bossing fish is targeting a fragile one, they would be able to distract it as you have a little bigger crowd over there. I would tell about the things whatever I'm having in this setup. With this setup, I'm having a 75-gallon canister filter which would continuously filter out this water, and I have a adjustable heater to maintain consistent temperature here, and I have a 20-gallon fish tank to treat the sick fish if necessary. I have medication salt which I would use in case of medication is needed. I have fish flakes which I feed, and I have some frozen in the refrigerator also which I would give, and I have these stripes to check the water parameter whenever I am changing the water. This looks like this, and I have the water treatment liquid which would be needed whenever you're changing the water. So I would be doing a water change up to 60 to 70% every week. If I'm having, like, it is recommended to have 10 gallons per fish. So you have to limit the number of counts in your fish tank. This tank being 150 gallon, it can go up to 15 fishes, because they would be, now you're seeing all small fishes, but they would be eventually growing into big sizes as this one, the shine we have here. If you want to have more fishes than the said amount, you have to set up a sump. I am not having a sump here which goes beneath this stand, and it will be having a lot of water, so I am trying to avoid any additional weight here, so I'm not using that one. So whenever I am changing the water, I would need to add up the recommended amount of cleaning liquid so that it can clear off the chlorine from the water. It is tap water safe, and you can check the water parameters with the strips, mainly the amount of chlorine in the water, so the fish won't have any difficulty breathing immediately after you change the water. Usually tropical fish would do well in the 80 to 85 degree Fahrenheit range, But in my observation, discus fish are slowly yielding themselves to diseases if you are keeping in that range. It is doing amazingly well in 85 to 90 range temperature, so it is better to maintain the temperature in that range. And remember, discus fishes would not do well for a brief time also in a colder water like a gold or koi. If I see these fishes having some rashes or clouded eyes or not eating well or keeping themselves isolated in a corner of the tank, I would put them in the treatment tank and add up the treatment salt recommended, and would let it there for a week. There also you need to have a controlled temperature and a minimum of sponge filter to it and 50% of water change every day. I am feeding these fishes twice a day with 75% of discus fish flakes and 25% of frozen food. Why? Because it will give little fiber diet to that. Another thing to add up is I have not done the cycle of medication for last 1.5 years because it looks like I have perfected the craft of keeping this fish. Started with a 55-gallon community fish tank having couple of discus fish in it, and have ended up with the exclusive discus fish tank what you see here today. If you are placing the fish tank in the basement or a cement padded floor, the size doesn't matter. When you are placing a 80-gallon or above fish tank on a wood framed floor, positioning of the tank is more important. And what you're seeing here is a 6 feet long tank having 1300 pounds, which is around 600 kilograms including the fish tank. Imagine 10 to 13 adults standing together all the time constantly. I have placed this tank against the wall which is having a garage behind. Having that said, you would know there is a basement, there is a cement concrete wall beneath this, and having all the joists perpendicular to the fish tank, which is taking the weight distribution very even. Remember not to use a stand with feet, which can dent into your floor immediately or eventually. Hope you all have an idea where to start with the discus fish now. Go ahead, start it. You shoot up your questions below in the comment section and give me some time if you are waiting for my response. Inia, you have anything to share about our fish tank to your friends out there?
Sure, I would love to.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the Shine is the biggest. His mini version has red eyes, but the normal Shine actually has yellow eyes. His mini version is running away. And Dio's mini version is, yep.
What is the name of the yellow one out there?
What? Are you talking about
Sun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Sun. Sun and Gee and Shine's little twin. Is that Shine's little twin? In the crowd. Shine's coming in the crowd.
Yeah, and we have the beet.
Is that Bee?
Yeah, it's beetroot color.
I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to watch our next video. Subscribe on my dad's video and let the bell pop out of there. Then click the bell, then click the like of my dad's channel.